Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Meri at the Meri ATA, and today is Thursday, January 24th, 2019, and I have a list. I cut my online activities, my social media short last night and got some rest, so I knew I was going to need to be up early this morning, so here I am. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Am I seeing chat? Am I seeing chat? I'm not seeing anybody. I'm not seeing my chat. So if you're in here, I'm not seeing anybody. I might have to get out my phone. Why don't I go grab it while there's no one in here? YouTube's been having some issues lately of finding people. Of announcing YouTube issues lately of their notifications on their streams. And I'm wondering if that isn't the issue. Let's see. Says I'm live. It says I'm live. It says I have to watch an advertisement, but I'm not seeing anything here. Okay, well, okay. Well, there's one person popped in this morning. I'm going to get a link here. Good morning, good morning. Well, that would be me. That would be me. But I'm still not seeing anything. Let's see. Huh. Where are my... Huh. Where's my chat? It's not showing anybody in chat. There we go. Okay. Well, I don't know what's going on with my stream, but it says I'm live, and I'll just keep an eye on it here. I'll just keep an eye on it here, and I'll just go ahead and stream. I have a feeling, well, let's go back and post. I have a feeling that YouTube is fiddling with things. They are announcing that they aren't going to post to Twitter and and Google Plus and all of that. And I have a feeling they might be twiddling with their system. Usually I have people in here by now. And I know it's live, so let me go back to my channel here and do some posting. Post it on my community board. Early mornings. It says I'm live. Usually I have people come in by now. Let me go over to Twitter and post. I have a feeling people are not finding me. Because there's no one in my stream. Oh, there's one. Oh, well, that's me. I don't know. I don't understand what's going on here. I feel like stopping this and starting it again. YouTube definitely has a problem. I don't think anybody is finding my stream. I put a link to it, but it's just not showing up. So I'm just going to do this as if I was doing an unlisted or, oh, now I see people coming in. Now I see 3 people coming in. So I don't know what's going on. I do not know what's going on. A little frustrating. A little frustrating. YouTube, I think, may be testing on the fly. I have a list. I have a list. The first thing that I want to do is I want to go through my fussy cuts here. I want to go through my fussy cuts. Good morning to everybody who's watching. And I am going to, I know I've got images. I went through these images the other morning and I kept seeing cows. I kept seeing cows. And lo and behold, Lisa needs cows. So I'm going to go through my images here. Let's just pull them out. Let's pull them out. I've got a stack of them here. This might be boring if you watched this the other morning. But I know I have cows in here. I know I have cows that I can send her. So let's go through this really fast. Good morning to everybody who's watching. If you're chatting, I don't see the chat happening. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with my stream this morning. It looks like it does not look like it's right. That bothers me a lot. No notification. All right, now I see chat on my phone, but I do not see chat on my PC. Well, now it showed up. Ha! Good morning to everybody who came in. We're off to a bad start this morning. Kimberly's here. She says good morning. Now I see you guys all of a sudden. There's something goofy going on with YouTube. Nanny Mo's in the house. Kimberly 557. Kim Marie is here. Hi, Kim Marie. Mina. Hi, Mina. Everybody's saying good morning. No notification today. I tweeted, and I also posted on my community board. I really do think YouTube might be tweaking their system. They're going to ask the creators to post their own notifications, and on like when they post a video. I don't know how that's going to affect live streams, but I just have a hunch that they're working on that system, and I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure, but I have a hunch that may be what's going on. I'm looking through these fussy cuts really fast and want to pull out any cows that I have. Here's a cow. Here's 2 cows. We're going to send them to Lisa at My Eclectic Life. I want to get an envelope off to her. I'm going to send her some Greek writing, some Greek text that Aristi sent me, 2 books of Greek. And I pulled out some pages to send her. There's a barn door. So I'm going to pass along some things to Lisa. I'm just going through here really fast. I'm not chatting about them. I'm just looking for cows. I'm herding cows this morning. Okie dokie, Kim. Thanks for waving and coming in and saying good morning. Let's see. Let's turn my chat. Herd away. Hi, feline family. Faluke, is how you pronounce that? Faluke, you're in Wisconsin? You have cows. I'll bet you do. I'll bet you have dairy cows. You have dairy cows? Wisconsin is a dairy state, you know. I love my Wisconsin. I love my Wisconsin. Boy, do I miss Wisconsin. I guess I'm just going to have to count that as a part of my past life, and I'm in Nebraska now. Well, I know I have cows. Because I was commenting how many cows I had the other morning. So far, I got one. 2. But I know I have more in here. I know I have more cows, and I'm just going to really quick go through here. And I could do this offline, but it gives you guys a sense of, and I want to start glue booking again. I want to start glue booking again. What's the use of having all these wonderful fussy cuts, and not using them? Meri, you need to use them. You can be a cow. If you send me a picture of yourself, I wouldn't call you a cow, but I might put you in my journal. Well, come on, I know I have cows in here. See, it's when you want them. It's when you want them that they hide. And let me tell you, if I was not looking for cows, they would be popping up. Every third fussy cut would be a cow. I know they're in here. I still have quite a few to go through yet here. I guess I shouldn't have turned those upside down, I guess because of that tag. Just let me pop through here really fast. I remember seeing these cards. See all these little fussy cuts? I just love all these little fussy cuts. I need to glue book. I need to glue book. Guess the light. Guess the spirit of Santa is with my fingers, Mina says. Hi, Mina. Hi, not ho, 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 ho. You got the spirit of ho, 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 ho. Well, I don't know. I had a rough start to my stream this morning, but I think some of the other streamers have been having problems with people. And I know last night they were commenting in Aunt Beck's stream that there was no notification. And I just have a feeling that, you know, I can't speak for YouTube's technical department. I can't speak for them, but I have seen computer systems out there in the industry, and some of them are so, well, they make so many changes on the fly, and everybody knows everything, so they don't, I don't know. And every time there's a little change, sometimes they just pop it in. They don't test too good. Now, I'm not saying YouTube does that. Don't get mad at me, YouTube. Don't email me. Don't demonetize me. Come on, I got cows. I know I have cows. All I was finding the other morning was cows. Where are all my cows? Maybe if I'm going to do this. Love that expression, fussy cuts. Never heard. Oh, Kimberly. Kimberly, are you still with me? I hate this phone, but sometimes that's what happened to me last night when I was in Aunt Beck's. I put, are you still with me, Kimberly? Don't file those fussy cuts on the mute button. Kimberly, I bumped your name. I bumped your name just now, and it hid your message for a minute. You're still with me. Good. I won't put these on the mute button, but I may accidentally bump your name. Well, I'm looking for cows. I know I have cows. Yeah, come on. All I was finding the other day was cows. I'm going to save that out. This may not have been the greatest idea to do this in my stream. Oh well, you just get to see my fussy cuts. This is a fussy cut flip. A fussy cut. Hi, Leanne. Good morning. Moo Moo from Perth. And Perth, Australia. Welcome, Leanne. Welcome, welcome. Well, last night I put Sharon Marlowe accidentally in a timeout. And I was so, I just go, oh no. And you know, about that time I said, I've got to stop. And I did. I went and got some rest. But I'm not so happy. All right. Now we're getting to the animals. There's a dog. Here's some cows. I knew I had cows. I'm herding cows. At least I got 4. That's not a cow. That's a Tim Holtz doll I'm saving out. Yay! Good morning, Nanny Mo. Kendra Collins. Hi, Kendra. I know I've got a few more in here. Here's a chicken. I know I got some more because I kept saying cows, cows, cows. All I have are cows. What's in here? Oh, candy wrappers. I'm going to save these out too. These are left from a couple years ago. These are white chocolate Reese's peanut butter cups. And I saved them for the foil for I was going to do an en masse page. There's not a lot of them, maybe 15. And one of the scavenger hunts is candy wrapper. Of course, they're probably not thinking these little bite-sized candies, but if I put 20 of them on my page, I'll have a scavenger page. This is what I'm doing this morning. I'm scavenging. I'm herding. I'm herding the cows. They're hiding. They broke out of the fence. Went into the fussy cut forest. Here's a dog. Fussy cuts. Fussy cuts are images that we cut out of magazines or wherever, you know, just out of ephemera. And we use them in our collages, the images. There's this little seal, isn't he cute? I think he's a seal. He could be an otter, whatever. You guys know your animals. I don't know my animals that well. I'm calling alpacas llamas and llamas alpacas and kangaroos. I'm calling giraffes whatever. And I learned what a red fox was. I called it a red panda. Here's some cows. I knew I had cows. I knew I had cows. Now I'm getting to them. I'd never heard of a red panda before, and it looked just like a fox. And I kept saying, no, that's a fox. That's a fox. And they kept saying, the gals in the chat said, no, that's a red panda. So I learned what a red panda was. Let's keep going through this really fast. I'll get to the end of it, I promise. Hi, 80 Dog. Good morning. My chat was not showing up. here, the first 5 minutes or so, the first 10 minutes or so, I didn't see anybody in chat. And here's another cow. Here's another cow. Here are my cows. We're going to send them to Lisa, my eclectic life. I want to get some mail out this morning. And of course, see, I'm in Nebraska, and we got this Nebraska Land magazines. I can get them pretty easy, and they have a lot of cows. I mean, this is Nebraska. we grow beef and corn here. Soybeans. All righty. I'm just trying to go through this pile really fast. Just kind of, here's some giraffes. Here's a camel head, I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's kind of fun just to get in here and just flip through them really fast. It's kind of fun to do this. Here's a jewel. I thought I had some more. Here's another candy wrapper. I'm going to save out my candy wrappers. That's for my scavenger hunt for the Bib Sketch-A-Day. Okay, let's see. I'm just flipping here. See, I have all sorts of blue book images. And they're all, I had them sorted out at once. But I have to tell you, sorting them out is fine. But you have to know what you want when you want it. These are all postage stamps images from a catalog. Well, there's no cows in there. You kind of have to know, okay, I want a cow, like what I want now. If I had them sorted out, I could go to the C's and go to cow. But when you're glue booking and you're just pulling images, sometimes you don't know what you want when you want it. And so that's why I mixed them all up again. And I do kind of like them mixed up like this. There's an eagle. I just might have imagined that I had more cows than I do. It was your imagination, Mary. You don't have that many cows. I hate to tell you. I got a few that I can send her. She doesn't have to send the person. And I'm sure that there are more cows in that Nebraska Land magazine, but that might be my imagination too. Mary, did I tell you that Mary has an imagination? Here's a needlework that I designed in 2006. Oh my goodness. That was a Christmas. I got 2006 and there's my scissors. And then it says Christmas down this way. And 2 angels. The angels are that way. I think I was going to stitch that up this year and I didn't get around to it. Well, I guess I imagined that I had more cows in there than I really do have. I got quite a few left in here, though. Let's just kind of... Wait, what's this? Those are doggies. Well, now that I've thoroughly bored everybody, now that I have you in here, I did rescue some cows out of here. Oh, dearie me. I got up at 4:30 in the morning for this. My viewers are saying, Mary, I'm going back to bed. Let's put these back in the box. I got fussy cuts flying on the floor. I'll have to pick them up after the stream. I'm not going to sit here and pick them all off the floor now. I'm just putting these back in my box. And we'll get on with it. We'll get on with it. I really did think I had more cows than that. And let's fold this up. I got a fussy cut floor now. but that's okay. Let's, I hate to do this to you. I got another box. Let's just kind of, I won't go through all of these. I honestly thought I had more cows than I do. We got Christmas. Now, I can't remember if I saw cows in this. These people here, I kind of have this one halfway sorted out. These are people, I was going to do paper dolls, and this is country, and I love bicycles. Here's a horse. Here's a horse. Or is that a mule? And a dog and a dog. These are my animals. I should have a cow. Here's a cow. There's a cow. I knew I had some more cows someplace. A seahorse. And I think that's the face of a giraffe. An elephant. A ketchup bottle. A turtle. Yeah. Look at this owl. These are my animals in here. Now, I thought I had more cows. These are some pages I really haven't completely fussy cut yet. And just put them there. I don't see any cows in there. It says Santa Claus getting a haircut. You haven't been to bed yet? Well, I did need to get some rest last night. Oh, look at this. Isn't he cool? Maybe I'll save that for Aunt Beck. She wants cats. That's not really the cat that I think she's after. Those are jaguars. I'm not sure. There's a buffalo. That's a big cow. Well, here's a kitty cat. I'll save that for Aunt Beck. Oh, there's another. Is that a cat? That's a breed of cat. Whoops, where am I here? Where am I? That's a breed of cat, isn't it? I don't know all my cat breeds, but I think that's a breed of cat. I'm going to send that to Aunt Beck. I guess I need to get an animal book and start learning more of my animals. Sometimes I feel so ignorant. These are pages that some of these I haven't cut yet. There's some dogs, some sort of a dinosaur and a bear. That's a cat. Egg beaters. People. Cloth. I don't know how many more animals I have down in here. And this is a book cover. And then these get into history images. I don't think I have any. Oops. Those are clocks. Good morning to everybody. I'm just flipping through this really fast to see if I can find a cow or a kitty cat. I've got a spider. He's a creepy looking spider. Watches, flags, popes. There's a horse. Oh. John Adams. I need some autographs. That's another scavenger hunt with autographs. I saw John Adams on that autograph. Yeah, I'm just about down to the bottom here. Shoes. Well, I did think I had more cows. And it's a calendar. I'll go through some of my country Nebraska land magazines. I know, yeah, right. I suspect there may be cows in there. All right. So we'll send her a few at least. And if I can find any more today, yeah. What do I have here? I've got my autograph of John Adams. I've got a kitty cat and a kitty cat and a buffalo and a jaguar. And I think that's probably a cougar. And I'm going to send her that buffalo. Call it a cow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's a herd. 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 cows for Lisa. And I got some Greek text here, Lisa, that I'm going to send to you. Hi, Anne. Good morning. Anne Lar. I am using the laptop and the camera, the new camera that I have. Now I'm just organizing stuff that I'm trying to get my room organized here too. I moved my laptop off of my desk here because I did not want to get it messed up. It's sitting over on the cart where I had the paint, and I moved the paint off to the side. So, okay, these cows are going to go to Lisa. These are staying with me, and the kitty cats, I don't know about sending her the cougar here, but the kitty cats are going to Aunt Beck. All right. Believe it or not, I do try to get organized in the morning. Here's another scavenger hunt. It was a treasure map. And I had got this book and I've already disassembled it somewhat, but it's all about treasure. Lost, found, and discovered. And it's all about treasures in here. Where the treasures of the boy Pharaoh, the brothers, the gold rush, blah, 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 blah. It's all about treasures. And I pulled some pages out for my scavenger hunt page. And I think I'm going to use this map because it tells the story. It's called the Beale Code. And this guy, he wrote a code and he left it with somebody. Let's see, he left it with a hotel owner, I think, and he left the key or something and said if he wasn't back to get it to follow instructions, but he'd buried this map. And I don't think that's been found yet. You could Google that. Then on the back here was and I don't have the story that goes with this, but it was a story about Armstrong Custer that he hid some money out. Lost hoard of the big horn. So I might do more than one scavenger hunt page, but I cut this was at the beginning of the title page of this, and I thought I'd cut that out. So treasure. So those are some of the things that I've just been doing on the side. I should go through my fussy cuts more, huh? All right, let me set this aside where I can find it after the stream. And let's go through my check mark here. Envelope for Lisa. Oh, you know, I brought my little stamps in here. I'll go back over them and stamp them. All right. Envelope for Lisa. Open happy mail. Open happy mail. I got happy mail. That's Becky. And this is from Dede Willingham. And I think, yeah, I can show the front because I scribbled out the addresses here. And I did the same on, let me check. Yeah, I did the same on Aunt Beck's because I want to show this beautiful, beautiful painted envelope. And I might use this on some of my ATCs. Let's open Aunt Beck's. I'm going to try to open it right at the top here. I need a letter opener. These scissors will do fine.
And I think this is for the image swap. I told her that to send me anything. Oh, she sent me peacocks there. She sent me peacocks. Let's see what Aunt Beck sent me. Should I zoom in a notch? Let me zoom in one notch here. Let me zoom in a notch so you can see better. That's a little better, isn't it? This is what Aunt Beck said. We're in a fussy cut swap. And she said to make it fit an envelope. But I may make mine fit a manila envelope because, well, I'm sending her kitty cats. What else? I'm sending her something else. I can't remember. We'll see, Aunt Beck, what I put it in. But let's see what she sent me. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, my. Look at, there's a turtle. And peacock. Look at that peacock. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, that's totally awesome. Wow. I think how I might put that in my journal. Make a flip page out of it. Oh, awesome. And look at this. This looks like the shell of this turtle. Oh, Aunt Beck, this is awesome. And these pages are thick. They make you think that there's more to them. This is thick, pretty thick, heavy paper. See, here's the turtle. And then here's a close-up of his shell. Oh, this is awesome. And she sent me, oh, look at this. Here's an astronaut. And a lady doing yoga. And here's the ATC. We swapped ATCs. Under the Moon by Becky, Greenville, South Carolina. Oh, no matter our distance, we still share the same moon every night. Oh, Aunt Beck. Try hold it up closer so that, well, let's take it out of the package so you guys can see it better. Aunt Beck made these ATCs in one of her streams. Isn't that awesome? Hold it still, Meri, so we can see it. No matter our distance, we still share the same moon every night. And then she's got a moon here. Oh, Aunt Beck, that is just awesome. That'll go in my journal for sure. I'm going to save this out separately. And let's see what these are. Oh, beautiful. She sent me people. She sent me peoples. Look at this. And these are fussy cut. Really nice. I guess I might have to do a little bit more fussy cutting. Oh, I've got all sorts of nature ones to send to her. And sort of like her turtles here. I mean, you don't, some of these, Aunt Beck, I'm not sure I want to take out of the environment they're in. So I may send you some full pages too. And some fussy cuts. Look at this. Ooh. Look at this. Lady with her hair blowing. That'll be collage spotter. There's another folded one. Oh, autumn. Wow. I'm not sure where they are. Some sort of a building here in the background. And autumn trees, and there's people. Oh, looks like they might be in a graveyard checking out gravestones down there. Awesome, Aunt Beck. Awesome. Now, these I'm not going to put in my fool's gold. And Beck knows I love gold, so she sent me a fool's gold. I love that. I love that. Fool's gold. Here's some perfume bottles. Gold shoes. She sent me some gold shoes. I love it. And here's on a carousel, a child, a family, and pandas. Oh, Aunt Beck, these are nice. These are not going to go in my big box of fussy cuts. I'm keeping these out separately. Look at this mind map. This will be on my mind mapping. I might do a separate section for mind maps, and I'll use that. I have one that Laura Gergain sent me of a mind map that I was going to share it with everybody. Look, she sent me a doggy. Aw, he's cute. He looks like he might be a collie, maybe. And a chickie. And a lady. And Charlie Brown. Oh, these are fun, Aunt Beck. I'm not quite sure yet what this is. Looks like it's a ruffly something or other. Looks like it's a sandwich. All right. Well, these are going to go back inside this envelope. Well, no. I think what I'm going to do is pull my journal out here. And this is what Beth sent me the other day. And I think what I'm going to do is put your, what I have a, hold the phone. Hold the phone. Let's pull out a little piece of waxed paper here. And make me a little mini folder here. Let's fold it this way. I want to keep the envelope separate because I'm going to make ATCs out of that envelope for my book here. I'm not going to do that this morning, but that's what that envelope will become. And then I'll know that these are images from Aunt Beck and these are from Beth. And I'm just going to put them in here. I'm going to keep them in my journal because you don't know how many times I reach in here. I do use this stuff that people send me. I guess maybe I need more pocket pages. Let's fold it this way. There. I've got to make my February journal. And when I make February journal, I think I will make more pocket pages. Kind of learn. And then this is going to go, let's just put it right here for now. I like putting them, or I could put it down here. I like putting it in my, I like putting them in my journal. But see, I'm going to take that envelope and make some ATCs. I was getting ready for the next page, which is right here. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to use Aunt Beck's envelope as the base. Oh, this will be nice. The base for, and this will be nice right here. So I'm just going to put it right there. I'm not going to do that this morning. Well, that might be on my list. Oh, and here's some more. Let's go back to that pocket page. All right. Okay. So, oh, I haven't opened all my Happy Meal yet, have I? What did I do with Dede's? What did I do with, here it is. Dede Willingham, I popped in her chat on Monday morning. She did drawing and something else that attracted me. I can't remember the title, but I remember it was drawing. Oh, she was working on those moon postcards. And I popped in there because I love to watch her draw and paint. I was a little tired. I did an impromptu and I was hungry. So I didn't stay long. I went to eat my breakfast, but she told me she sent me this. Now, I've already blackened out the addresses. So I knew this was coming, but then afterwards, I'm going, well, what if she wasn't talking to me? Because she said Meri, and there was more than one Meri in the stream. And of course, I oohed and awed and said thank you and everything. And then I got to thinking that she may have been talking to another Meri. But she wasn't. It came Dede, and I'm going to have to message her and let her know. Let her know that it's here. She sent me this. Let me pull it out. Look at this. Bon, B-O-N, sent me 2 of these. I saw your art journal and thought you might like one. And it's Shakespeare. Of course I would like one. I might put this on my February, in my February, right there on the cover like this. Wouldn't that be cool? And do like a red background around here and maybe put some hearts. And somewhere in Shakespeare's has to have some lovey-dovey poetry out there, doesn't he? A lovey-dovey quote. I love this. Thank you, Vaughn, and thank you, Dede, for sharing with me. I'm going to keep this folded out. I might take on the back side and kind of press it because it's kind of creased in there. But yeah, I think I'll use this on the cover of my February. Look how thick this is. Look how thick this is. And I don't even have my little sketchbook in there. So this came from Dede. I'm going to keep it out this way. And you know what? I'm already out of bobby pins. I had a package of these that I just kept in there, and I've used them all already. So let's get out some here. And I'm just going to clip it. I'll clip it here. Thank you so much for sharing with me, Dee. And thank you, Vaughn, for sharing with both of us. These came from Beth. Not Beth, Beetle Chick. And let's see, let's put this here like this for now. And then when February comes, I'll use this on my February journal. I am having so much fun in this journal. Just so much fun. And I drew last night and drew the rest of my ATCs. Let's see, what else have I done in here? I finished my January 13 through 18, and I noticed that this is Fib Sketch-A-Day. I noticed that they posted to the end of January the prompts. So I'm going to be working on the rest of those. What else did I do in here? I did pick 10 from Lisa. Here's the abandoned places page that I want to work on. This is from my Friday night streams. I'm getting ready to do some more doodle. I think Friday night, when we work on doodles, the doodle prompts, I'm going to do them on white ink on black. So just to let you know, these are fussy cuts. That's my list. Let's keep that out. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you. Let's put this aside. Quit boring you. There's my little ink pads. I am working in this as a sketchbook. And this is a Barb Owens. I'm practicing sketching Barb Owens because I want to put her in my Women's Influential book. And I need practice. I need practice. Thank you, Leanne. Let's see. Mina says, is anybody else doing intermittent buffering? Very, very short buffers. That could be happening, Mina. That happened to me. I don't know if it was Friday night or in one of my morning streams. And it says I'm still going, but it just kind of, I think that does happen. It's just the only thing that you can do. I saw it happen in, was it Lisa's stream on Monday night? And the only thing you can do is just wait it out or refresh. Carlana's in the house. Good morning, Carlana. Maria's Miscellany. Good morning, Maria. And then we're back to talking about the cows. Good morning to everybody who came in here. I was off to kind of a bad start. Beth Schuler. Good morning, Beth. Beth Furnos is in the house. But I did a sketch of Barb last night. I'm practicing her. Now, my first sketches are not all that great. They're just ink sketches. I was just getting a feel for the shape of her face. But I think the one that I did last night, I think that caught her. I was sketching off of one of the videos that she did. So by the time I fill this book with Barb, that's what my intention is just to keep practicing Barb. I think I'll have her down. Now, I think the next one that I'm going to do, I'm going to use colored pencil because I think I'm getting her eye. I think I'm getting her eye here and her lips. She's got a very distinctive eye and a very distinctive lip, and I'm working on the noses. Noses are always hard for me. But Barb, here you are so far. I've got a sketchbook dedicated to Barb Owen. Oh, because I need the practice. I need the practice. And when I do my influential woman sketch, I want it to look like Barb. So, I'm not sure what that top one was for. Oh, I think that was my fussy cut flip. Fussy cut flip. Okay. Show me something sketch. I'm not sure what I meant there. Oh, I wanted to tell you. I don't know where he is now, but in one of my streams, I said that I found my little skunk. I found little Pepe. I had packed Pepe away. Pepe the skunk. Okay, I think I'm back. I'm not sure what to do with that, except for just wait it out. I think that's an internet thing. That happened in Lisa's stream too. At least I didn't lose I didn't lose my data connection. It just spun for a while. Can't. Hi, Linda. Good morning. Good morning. I can't say that in Dutch. I was laughing so much the other morning. I asked Linda to say good morning in Dutch so I could hear it. And I usually say good morning. And it's not, I'm way mispronouncing it. So, hello, Linda. I was showing them Pierre. The next thing I think I'm going to do on Pierre is glue his facial hair on. I'm going to give him a little mustache and a beard. And I had found Pepe, and so I want to work on Pepe, but now I've been organizing. And now I don't know where he is because I've organized things around him on my desk here. I need to clear off my desk. Pierre, I set way up on a stand to keep him up and away from everything. Okay, so I wanted to show you where I was on that. Oh. I'm not sure what I mean there. I wanted to show you some, show Barb Owen sketch. Yeah. Okay, I did that. Okay, I think what I want to do next. Yeah, it was buffering. It was buffering, Linda. Hi, Christy. Good morning. Christy Wayne Scott. Good morning. Good morning. I think what I want to do, if you watched my morning live, I think wasn't my standalone video that I did yesterday. I was showing that I'm working on this project along with Lisa and Tanya. They're doing a little scrappy book out of cards, and I think Tanya's using Lipton tea boxes. I'm using flashcards. And here's where I am on making my cards. They're all painted, and and they're ready to put the images on. But what I'm going to do, let me get my stamps out of the way here and put my phone over here. I showed this in my standalone video yesterday. This book is what I'm going to use for my images. It's the 1870s through the 1900s, and there are some colored pieces in there. And I have started fussy cutting. I'm not going to go through that. But what I'm doing is there's a lot of black and white photos in here. A lot of black and white. And I had taken my Inktense here and I photo tinted these children. Now I may pull this page out. Yeah, I think I will. And fussy cut those children out and use that. I don't know. It may be a little bit too big. I might have to do. I'm not sure I'm going to use this one in this book. Oh, I guess I could get. No, not quite. I love it that these little girls are holding hands here. They're holding hands there. And I love that picture that they're holding hands. Well, it looks like they're playing Ring Around the Rosie because it looks like these children are holding hands in here. So they might be playing Ring Around the Rosie here. But I want to go through. There's a lot of black and white photos in here. And I'm going to photo tint some of them. Look, can't you see that Victorian? Now, this, of course, will not fit on this card. But I could see this house being pink or a light blue. I love this. Too much is not enough. Isn't that a perfect phrase? Too much is not enough. That would look really good on an ATC. But look, here are some brides over here. What's on this side? No, I don't think I want to destroy that. I have to kind of be careful what's on the other side on these. But I want to pull some out. And I thought what I'd do this morning is go through maybe some of these ads. To cure a code, this is a storefront. Some of these ads and just add some, well, there's colored there. Maybe over here, add some photo tinting. And then this is all about the city. So I find one that I could color in here. There's they have colored ones, but they're intermittent. I love these black and white photos in here. I'm tempted to pull this page out. You know what I want to do here? This is my morning stream. This is where I do stuff. This is where I do stuff. I'm organizing my area over here so I can put these Inktense down. I'm going to grab I'm going to disassemble this book. Isn't that a cool book? Thank you, Christy. Let's put this page back with the rest of them. What's this? This looks like it came out of my fussy cuts. There's a little elephant. We'll put him over there. Or Aunt Beck could have sent me that. I don't know. Here's the cover to this book. And here's the book cover itself. Will make a beautiful art journal. So I'm going to pull this out. I don't even have to do much to this. This fabulous century, 1870 to 1900. Let's pull what I pulled out to, let's put those in the book cover. I was thinking, I love these book covers for journal covers, but I was thinking on this one, I might try, after I get my pages removed here, gusset this in here and maybe make a flap to come over this way out of fabric and tie it this way and make something to keep some more of my fussy cuts in, because I'm using for 2019 I am using Shannon Green's custom keeper. I'm going to order a custom keeper from her. She's of course at Cha Creativation. So she's way too busy to work on Meri's custom keeper. I'm going to do a prime cut because I want it to fit my pages that I'm putting in, my journals. And, you know, in a way, it's kind of a shame to cut these books up, but they're getting used. That's the thing. These books are getting used. They're not, this, I got it at Goodwill. And I imagine after a while, even at Goodwill, they have to make room for more if the books don't sell, or they'd become an entire library. And I just wonder if, I know the libraries have library sales, but even some libraries have to sort out. So I figure if it's a book that I didn't pay a lot of money for, it's okay to do this. I'm just taking the signatures out. I can get a hold of this. It's just they just put a little piece on here. They just put a little piece on here with at the top. The rest of this is. But what I'd like to do with this then is put a gusset this, and put some sort of, I might put a piece of material, instead of tucking it on the outside, make it fit on the inside where I could have a closure, and use it to hold fussy cuts, maybe even fussy cuts out of this book. But for right now, I'm going to put the book cover in there. And what I want to do is I want to pull pages apart. So what you would generally do is start pulling pages apart. Now, is this stitched? Are these stitched? No, I don't think so. I think it looks like it's stitched, but I don't, well, I can't tell. No, I think it's glued. If it's stitched, it's just stitched right up at the top. I think that one is just I can't see what's going on here. I'm just going to pull on it. I think the binding this might be a part of the binding. It's brittle. It's very, very brittle. So you know it's getting old. Yeah. To be tossed in the dump. Hi, Darla. Good morning. Maria says, I picked up one about the 50s in a thrift store sale for 25 cents. I got some cute journaling cards. Yeah, when you think of what you can get out of one book, it's well worth the 50 cents to, I think at Goodwill, they go all the way from 50 cents to $2 for the hardcover. Sometimes if it's a nicer book, they'll charge $4 or $5, but coffee, Linda says. Make mine hazelnut, Linda. She's probably off getting her coffee. Nina says, Mary, what happened to that journal made with 3 different books? It's still in progress. I found it. I have to tell you, my room got into quite a mess while I was organizing. I showed that video of my room, but now we have the shelves put up. So I am slowly organizing. So that book is still in progress, Mina. I know what one you're talking about, and I will finish it eventually. I was following along with Rosemary Morris. Of course, Rosemary is probably all done, but I kind of work on these things as I work on them. Yeah, that cover doesn't need too much. That's a really nice cover. Maria says, I just got back from the buffer zone. I was listening while on the shower, so I couldn't refresh it. I got out. No, you don't want to take that into the shower with you. Thank you, Linda. She says, nice book. Mina says, I love the way you use wax paper to apply paint on those cards. Yes, that that wax paper technique is a Shannon Green technique. I tried to find the video where she did that, and I'm not sure that she made a separate video. It might have been a part of one of her other videos. I can't find it. But that technique was a Shannon Green technique. That's nothing. And I think she learned it from somebody else. I'm going to put this utility knife back. So that is not a Meri technique. I learned it from Shannon Green. So let's pull out. I don't think these pages are stitched in. They're just kind of separate, but they're glued in. They're not stitched in, but I'm hoping to get them out rather nice so that I can have some nice images here. And let's see. They're kind of coming out in signatures. They're not stitched. They've got little holes there, but I don't see any stitching. I used to cringe too, ripping books until I got addicted to reusing them. Yeah. You know, if you can, Dede Willingham uses the word reinvent. And that's kind of what we call it, book altering books. But in a way, we're reinventing these books. We are taking these books that were meant for one purpose, to read and put in library. This is an entire signature here. To read and put into libraries. But we are reinventing them by using them in our art journals and everything. So, and I don't think we're going to get in too much trouble if we use the original. If we use the original pages that we paid for, and if we're not reselling these things, I mean, I would not dream of scanning these and reselling them unless they were out of copyright. A lot of the older pieces are out of copyright. Older books. I think in the United States, it's anything before 1906, I think. Look at this. Some children in here. Law and order. An eye for an eye. Now, we're not doing that here. But I might... Ooh! What did they do? Is that a real person? Look like they... Excuse me, I'll move on by that disturbing image. Although I will say... That was a man hanging on a noose. When I went to the local library, when I lived with my parents, they lived in a small town in Nebraska, and I lived with my parents for a while when they were still alive. And I went to the local library, and the librarian was going through old photos. You know, it was a small town in the county seat. And she was kind of not only librarian, but also local historian. And she was showing me this photo of a man who had, a criminal man who had killed a local family, killed all the kids and the mother and father. And they caught him, and they took a photo of his hanging. That was more of a common thing back then than it is today. But they certainly had their Western capital punishment. This is a chapter on law and order. Old Mother Hubbard, hotel theft, Old Mother Hubbard. See, I like these photos. And what I'm noticing in my fussy cuts, especially on these history books, is I'll like a photo and I'll cut it out and I'll read about it. But then when I use it, I forget what it was all about. Now we're getting into the holidays. See, you know, I could fussy cut a lot of these out and just use them in my, I'm looking for images, and this may be one I'll use that I can photo tint. That's where what I want to do today. I'm going to photo tint. I think I'll save this signature out. Look, the luxury of guilt. but that will probably get cut up with my ladies on the back. I'm going to save this page out and work on that today. But I'm going to finish this was, may your Christmas be as happy as ours. And up here it says, go help the lonely child to play, beside the weary sick one stay. Go make some sad heart gay on Christmas Day in the morning. I love this. Victorian art. Victorian art. Now this is something that I could not, I'm not sure I could cut this up. I love this January 1 here too, the New Year. But this is also New Year. But this is also on the cover. So we'll see. I'll decide. I may have to make those decisions. Here we're into Valentine's Day. I could use this in my February. Here again, I get into this issue. Look at that Victorian fan. Now we could make a fan like this in February. In fact, I may do that as one of my projects. Make a fan and use that as inspiration. And now we're getting into Easter. Let's see what's going on in chat. Hi, Sherry Lynn. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We're off to a better start. I had a rough start this morning. I don't think anybody was finding my live stream, and I couldn't see anybody in chat. First, I couldn't see the chat, so I turned on my phone. Then my chat started showing up on my PC. But there wasn't, for about 10 minutes, there was nobody in my stream. Now I got 30 in here. Your bell didn't ding. I think that YouTube is messing around with their notification system. And I think they are, because they are going to quit automatically putting announcement out on Twitter and Google and all of that. They're going to make that the creator's responsibility. And so I just have a feeling that they are tweaking the notification system. So when they do that, you know, you can't tweak anything and have it work perfectly the first time. When you make a tweak, it always messes up something. It's kind of like you change it here and then you have to fix it there. This is really bound nice. I don't think it's stitched though. It's got that cheesecloth. It's glued. It looks like it wants to be stitched, but there's no stitching there. There's little notches, but there's no stitching on that. So I am disassembling this book. Look at that train. Train tracks. I have a new respect for trains that come through our town. I was listening to a Net Nebraska, which is our local station, our local public Nebraska station. And they were talking all about the Union Pacific. Look, they're playing Ring Around the Rosie here. And they were telling all about the steam engines. And it was really interesting to watch. You know, I'm not a railroad fanatic like some guys are. Maybe a few girls are. This is really brittle here. I wish I could get it all off. Hold it a minute. Hold the phone. I got some pliers here. Let's see if my pliers can pull at that. Yeah, YouTube didn't ring the bell for us. Well, but I wasn't getting anybody in here for about 10 minutes. It didn't show anybody. No, or if people were talking. Now, it could have been that people were here and talking and I just wasn't seeing it. And then all of a sudden, everything showed up. About 10 or 11 minutes into the stream. This is really brittle. Even with the pliers, it's not a little bit easier to pull off, but I don't want to just rip on the pages because I don't want to tear them. There's some really nice black and white photography in here that can be used in altered books. I'm just pulling at this glued spine. it's not pulling out except for in little clumps, but it's really, it's in there good. But it's brittle enough that when you finally get a hold of it, it breaks off. And I suppose maybe the heat gun, I think I've seen people apply a heat gun to this stuff. Whoops, did I unplug my heat gun here? Let's plug it back in. I think I unplugged it when I put my phone in it the other day. I think I've seen people do this, and it softens some of this glue up, but I'm not sure. You've got to be careful that you don't burn your paper. Yeah, it's softened it some. Now, Messy Meri. Messy Meri. Let's see if I care a little bit more. Look, they're quilting there. Isn't that interesting? They're having a quilting bee. Out in the midst of level stretches of prairie, even to cook and eat, the very limited variety of table affords a task that makes heavy demands upon the weary woman with her family to care for the garden patch and cultivate cows to milk, and yet the plow handles to hold in intervals. Yet she occupied and accomplished it all. Dakota farm women take a rare break from their chores to get together in a neighbor's house and exchange gossip at a quilting bee. They're gossiping. They're gossiping. I love these photos. Here they're playing Ring Around the Rosie. Let's see if I can get this out. Yeah. Carefully without tearing them. Gossip girls, Linda says. You thought you were blocked? Oh, no. You know, I am going to make it a habit to go check. I just did that the other day because I noticed some people were blocked on my channel. And I'm going, why did they get blocked? So I unblocked them. I'm not going to name who they are, but I unblocked them. And, yeah. So I am going to check my community settings. And I know I bumped this. I bumped this a lot on my phone. And I probably accidentally did it myself. But Sherry Lynn, if you ever think you're blocked, you message me on Facebook because there's no way I would block you for anything. And I accidentally, I was so embarrassed. I was modding in Aunt Beck's chat, and poor Sharon Marlowe, I bumped my screen. I was holding it, and I bumped my screen, and I put her in a timeout. Oh, dear. And I thought, oh, it's time for Meri to say goodnight. Yeah. Oh, I'm just loving these photos. I'm just loving them. You know, that era from the 1870s to the 1900s, it wasn't easy for them. But we look back on that and we go, oh, wow, you know, look at what they did and look at these old pictures and all that. But they didn't have it easy. They didn't have it easy, and yet they persevered. And then we went through World War I. Now I'm talking about the Americas. We went through United States. We went through World War I and World War II and the 50s and the 70s and got into the 90s and the turn of the century. And here we are in 2019, almost ready for 2020. But I think now our conflicts are more social media. We have a lot of social media going on that I don't think they had. They got their communication via, well, books and newspapers, but they didn't have instant social media like we. Look at these. These will make some fun fussy cuts. Oh, look at this. And here's where I photo tinted those little girls. I hope I'm not boring you all, but I'm having fun disassembling this book. See, oh, look. Isn't this cool? This is so cool. Against the blackboard display of handwriting and arithmetic, grade schoolers in Kyoto, Iowa, celebrate the last day of school. That's what they're doing. They're celebrating school's out, school's out. Teacher let the mules out. Then I swear those two little girls are holding hands, and they're holding hands there. So I'm thinking that they're playing a game of some sort. You're fussy cutting, Linda, and watching. Linda McAllister and I did a live stream or a hangout the other day. That was so fun. I might have to set my camera down though, Linda. I noticed that you were streaming at 720. I think your camera setting may have been at 720 and mine was at 1080. And I noticed that my when I looked at my hangout, it was awful fuzzy and blurry. And I'm thinking that maybe I need to, when I hang out with folks, that maybe I need to set my camera setting back down to 780 to make it consistent with whoever's hosting. I don't know that. But on the replay, in the replay, my hangout session is kind of fuzzy. And I set it down to 780 on the as I was watching it, but it did not resolve the fuzziness. You were at 1080, Linda? Well, I could only get you on the replay at 780. When I replay the hangout, when I adjusted the when I adjust my settings, I can only go to 780. Let's go there. Hi, Journey. Good morning. Oh, you're going to check? Let's see what you have. Maybe, I think that's what it was. I could be wrong, though. Look at this messy I'm making on my desk. Mess on the desk. Hi, Randy Rabbit. Rabbit, you need to make another coffee? I said good morning to Sherry Lynn. Bethany Richards, good morning. Thanks for popping in. Enjoying the live from the mitten. Hopefully spring remembers to come back. Yeah, Bethany says. Yes, we want spring back. Linda said she was fussy cutting. I said good morning to Randy Rabbit. Hi from Massachusetts. I'll bet it's pretty cold back there this morning. Yeah, Mina, yeah, a gentle sanding might work on this too, but I have seen, I'm going to do this again. I have seen, I don't know where I saw it or read it, where people will soften this glue with the heat gun. And you have to be careful that you don't burn your pages. Because this heat gun can get pretty hot. But you just, you loosen up that glue binding just by heating it. And this is the same thing like what Aunt Beth did on the rubber backing on her floor. Only on hers, it was not, that rubber backing was not an adhesive. This is an adhesive. But it softens that glue. I can see it starting to run there. I'm going to stop. It's starting to, it's softened, but it's still hard to pull. It's in that cheesecloth. They really glued this down. And I can't get a hold of a portion to pull an entire piece out. It just comes out in little chunky chunks. And I don't want to get my knife out. So I'm just going to keep pulling like this. Mary, love the flashcards you did yesterday. Going to try that today. Yeah. You know, I did not show because let me grab I think I have the flashcards over here. I'll show you what I actually used. Because I put them together during Tanya's slides, and Lisa had their live stream. Where are my flashcards? Here they are. These are the flashcards that I used. And I got these at the thrift store. I paid 50 cents for them. So I could do more. I used them. But I think I'll save these for another project. But what you do is you set them out like this. We'll just put this aside for a minute. You set them like this. And I notice these flashcards have a little notch on the corner, but not on the others. Is that a flashcard thing? And then you leave a little gap between them. And I use masking tape. And you tape them together. You can do the same thing with playing cards. Now this is, and I kept saying Lori May in my video, and it's Lori Marie Jenkins. They're following Lori Marie Jenkins. They're arting along with her. And then you can use washi tape or even magazine strip to hold these pages together. And I did all that while I was watching Tanya and Lisa. And then you magazine strips of colorful pages, you know, to little squares or rectangles or whatever you want. And then you collage it. And then I did that painting technique over it. And that's where I picked up in my standalone. And I got into my little lecture on thinking and spontaneous art. We won't revisit that here. Let me brush this stuff off. But after I put that gold layer on it. And it seemed like the more I did those pages, the more I liked what I was doing. Let me put these for 50 cents. Hey. So I'm going to save these. These will make nice numbers, won't they? These will make nice numbers if I need big numbers. Now, let's just get this out here and put them back in my box. I always have trouble putting things away. So there you go. And then last night in Becky's stream, she was making a box. So I might do a standalone video of making her box. I did not work along with her last night. I didn't have anything out, or I would have. I think this is Pulitzer in his prime, was professional and indie goddamn bendant. I don't know what they're talking about there. Ooh, look at that. Round the World with Nellie Bly. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to have to read this more. This inspires me. Look, day 57, 58. Huh. The World's Globe Girl, Jules Verne. This interests me. This inspires me. Yeah, her box. I'm going to have to go. I went to bed after after I said goodnight. So I didn't get to see how she decorated it. She was still working on the sides when I left. She was putting that edging on, I think. I called it edging. I'm not sure what she calls it. I don't want to tear it there. Let's tear it here. I'm going to go look at her journal after chat this morning. I want to get that Happy Mail off to Lisa. Heidi, if you're listening in, I still owe you Happy Mail. I haven't forgotten you. Poor Heidi. Poor Heidi. I've been so neglectful of my Happy Mail to her. And I can tell you why, Heidi. It's because I want to send her one of those wooden tree forms that I've used in my jelly printing. And I have to, it doesn't fit in a regular 12 by 12 box. It's too big. So I've got to put it between cardboard. And I just haven't got that done. I think with everything else that I've been doing. So Heidi, I haven't forgotten you. You are on my list. You keep telling her that. She goes, sure, Mary, sure, Mary. See, I'm back down to this. They did a job on this. But that book would not come apart on its own, I'll tell you. It's bound very nice. Look at that. You know, actually, look at these. I would love to have these separate. I'd hate to cut into that, but let me hold it up to the light. It kind of comes across this way. I could save the man probably, cut the bride. I could save some of the bride's head, I think. They're talking about Victorian photography here. They're doing the woman, the bride, the woman, the man, and the children. That's what's so sad about this is they don't do this thinking that we're going to disassemble these books, so they print on both sides. So you get wonderful pictures on both sides. Carlana says, I need to get flashcards out and watch Tanya and get ready for Tuesday. Yeah, that's why I did my standalone videos yesterday, because I want to be at the same point they are Tuesday when they start. And so this is kind of why I'm disassembling this book. But what I want to do is photo tint some pages. But I don't know. As I'm looking at these, well, maybe something like this I think I'm going to save out. I want to photo tint some and fussy cut some. Like this, I think I'll photo tint this page. I think I'll save this page out because I don't care so much about this photo. But I'll put that on in there, and maybe this might be a little wide, but I could, we'll see. I'll save it out. And I love this, but I think I can use these colored photos on. I can put these on mine. That'll give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I've got 36 pages, so there's 10 out of 36 right there. So I'll have enough from this book, I think, if I just pick and choose. Now we're getting into the city here. The Magic Metropolis. In an effort to combat ill effects of sedentary city life, clerks at the National Cash Register in Dayton, Ohio, break for calisthenics. Now, see, we thought that was a Japanese thing in the 90s. Here they were doing it way back in the what, early 1900s. So that was not just a Japanese thing. They would always, I know in the, what was it, in the 90s, 80s and 90s, they were showing where the Japanese would stop and do exercises at their desks. So that was not just a Japanese thing or Korean thing or whatever. They were saying us lazy Americans need to do more. I do, believe it or not, I go into the back steps. We got back steps going upstairs off of the kitchen, and have 5 steps going up, and then it turns and goes up 11 steps. Well, I go up and down those 5 steps, stair stepping. You won't believe it, but I had a big box full with vintage real postcards written on it and postage stamps. I asked my ex so many times to give it to me, but he never did. Ah, meanie. My younger brother is that way, Linda. I could tell you stories. I'm lucky to get what I got of my mother's, and that's where I'll stop. It's big city buildings. Mina said, never mind. What did you ask anyway? Carlona, love the ad pages. You could copy for your own use. Yeah, Sherry Lynn, I got the printer out of the box yesterday. I was working around, my Windows 10 needed an update. So it took a little while for that Windows 10 to update, so I couldn't do my videos. So I got the printer out of the box, and of course you need to look at the instructions, and it told you to go online to read the manual. So I couldn't get online until my update. And then when my update was finished, I did a standalone video, and then I was tired, so I took a nap. So I got the printer out of the box, but it also has a scanner. So I might scan some of these for my personal use only, because I can't see. If I want to use them in an altered book, I can't see destroying. I do like to use the originals, though. Look at this. Isn't that awesome? This is talking about the city. This is all, that is just awesome. Entertainment. Quaker Oats, Pure Foods, Whitney Opera Company. Then they've got a cable car. That was an era. Standing room only. So I think they're going to the movies here, are they? Madison Square Theater. Isn't that awesome? This is an awesome book, I have to say. Ooh, I could use that. But see, these are large. These will have to go in a larger art journal, these full-page ones. Something like this I could use in my... Oh, but look what's on the back. See, I don't want to destroy the back. These are awesome. The Great Wallace shows. Look at this. I love these. Kind of like little silhouettes there. Circus people. This reminds me of the poster that Dede, her flying acrobats. I wonder if she had a larger print of this. She was doing acrobats on one of the posters that she was doing as collage. Look at this. Awesome sauce. Look at these. Just beautiful. All right, we're going to tear them out here a few at a time. And this binding. If I could just tear it off. Yeah. Like it's strong. That glue in this book is strong. Usually the heat gun will melt this. There we go. There, that's what I wanted to do. That came off. Now this would just come off. Yeah. There. It's pretty brittle down here. Brittle in the fact that it's still strong, but it won't peel off all in one chunk. just got a few pages left. Bev from us. Good night, Bev. Thanks for popping in. The name of the book, here, let me show you the cover again. The name of the book is 1870 to This Fabulous Century, 1870 to 1900. See, I got it at Goodwill for $3. Published, it's a Time Life book. This Fabulous Century, 1870 to 1900. That's the jacket, the book jacket. And then this is the cover. As I disassembled it, this is the cover. And I think I'm going to gusset this. I think I'm going to gusset it. And then I think I'll do a flip, you know, a wraparound that doesn't come out here, but folds on the inside and maybe loops and has a button on the inside. And then when I open it up, I'll have a gusset. I don't know. I'm still thinking. You can't have too big of a gusset, probably about like that. And I'm thinking I'll use it to hold fussy cuts again. I'm thinking, because I'm getting plenty of these book covers. Because I'm taking apart history books, but this is a nice book. This is very, and I'm loving the images in here. I am loving the images. You're welcome. It's a Time Life book. They do pretty nice books for, I love these. First Lady of the Legitimate Stage, Ada Rehan, Adarehan, played 200 roles, her greatest being in Taming of the Shrew in 1887. But look at, you guys probably can't see, but what inspires me is the border here, doodle prompt. It kind of goes like, here, let's draw it out. It kind of goes like this, and around like that, and another one. And then this kind of comes like that. But then it has some lines here like this. And of course, these are dark. So you can see the divisions in there, but it keeps going. I mean, that's just the motif. That's repeated all along this frame. And then down here on the bottom, ooh, I'm getting inspired. On the bottom one, it comes like this. This is what I like to do on Friday night with my doodle prompts. It comes like this. Now, I'm not doing this perfect. It comes like this, and it comes around like this, sort of. Not the best doodle in the world. But it seems like it has more than one in here, like this, as I'm looking at it. Oh, because it has another one that hooks and comes off and goes over that way. But these lines come this way. So there's lines that come in between like that, only better. I'm just kind of scratching this out. And then this one goes this way. I might do those better. And then they got some doodle designs in here and some roses. We might look at this one on Friday night. I don't know if this would be in the public. I think the art itself would be in the public domain, but I'm not sure the Time Life book would be in the public domain. I'm trying to use public domain art, but I think we could get inspired by this if we didn't reproduce it. I'm going to put that right there. I might go back to that on their doodle prompts. Somewhere in all those pages, I saw one of the old Newberry stores. My grandmother used to take us kids to Newberry or Woolworths. You probably did. You probably did. I'm not sure I could find it for you, but I'll keep an eye out, Mina. I'll keep an eye out for that. Yeah, the old Woolworth stores. We used to go to Woolworth when I was a kid. They were still around when I was young. They were still around when I was in my teens. I remember going to Woolworth a lot. Let's see. Who's Jude? Who's Jude? Somebody said, hi, Jude. Yeah, now I can scan my work. Oh, Crafty Shack is Jude. Hi, Jude. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I am up for it. Let's get Aunt Beck in on it. I would love to have Aunt Beck in it. Linda, we might have to talk about the time if we do Aunt Beck, though, because I think Scott sleeps in the morning. We might have to talk to Aunt Beck about when would be a good time for her. And that would still be convenient for you because we don't want to make you do it in the wee hours of the morning. But I'm thinking that sometime in the evening for you might be a good time for Aunt Beck, might be early afternoon or late afternoon over here in Eastern time. See, they're an hour earlier than I am. Aunt Beck's 7 o'clock is my 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. So we might be able to do something in your evening. So we'll get together with Aunt Beck and see if we can't do something. I would love to do another hangout. What did you, Linda, did you look at the settings on the video, on the hangout video? Were you able to make it go to 1080p? In the 60s, Mina says, in the 60s, my sister and I would make a day of shopping and stop at Woolworths for coffee and pie. Yeah. I remember when they still had the little lunch stand in the Woolworth store that, look at this, is a fold out. Isn't that cool? Wow. Wow. This is a flip page, the greatest showman on earth. Buffalo Bill. Let's pull this out. Wow, that's cool. This is true journal fodder. Art journal fodder for sure. Nanny Mo says, oh, wow, did you have Woolies in the States? I thought it was just the UK. Woolies, you mean like Woolies? Define what you mean by Woolies, Nanny Mo. Oh, Woolworth store. Okay. I'm going, well, is Woolies an article of clothing or was it a Woolworth? You call them Woolies. Yeah, we had Woolworth stores. Hi, Vanessa. Good morning. Isn't this book cool? I think that time, now when they were living it, they probably didn't think of that time as being so great. They would probably look at our time that we're living here in the 2019 and think, wow, you mean you can talk to people in the Netherlands for hours and hours and on a little electronic device? If they wanted to write a letter, now I think in the 1800s, in the late 1800s, they had a little bit better postal service. But, you know, think of the pioneer days. They got letters every 3 months before the Pony Express, and maybe even around the Pony Express days. So we look back on it and we see photographs. We don't see the hardships that they went through. Oh, we read about them. You can see they're probably doing an election thing there, or 4th of July. Look how they have that porch decked out. A golden wedding anniversary. Oh, they got this as a wedding anniversary. They have all those flags for a wedding anniversary. In the Dow family, Manchester, New Hampshire, 1895. How cool. And now we're back at the end. Let's see. I think I'm going to. And here's all the credits. And then this is the contents and everything. So how cool is this book? Yes, how cool. I'm going to save that out. 1870 to 1900, this fabulous century. It's a Time Life book. Let's put it back in here for now. I'm not going to fussy cut out of this now. What I want to do, what time is it getting to be here? Oh, 6:30. I still have time. Oh, messy. Let's get some of this. What I want to do is do a little photo tinting on here. And we'll just play with it a little. I'm going to cut these out. I'm not going to do photo tinting on this side because I'm going to actually use these. These will fit my pages. These will fit my pages. I might have to flip the book this way. Well, then I got one this way. So I got some vertical and horizontal, so I might have to make the horizontal ones fit somehow. Or not use them. Use them someplace else. Oh, I love these. These will go nice on here. And I might be able to fussy cut this one out. Fussy cut this one. Fussy cut these. Soothing syrup. Yeah, sometimes they fed those babies codeine, I think. Some of that soothing syrup had codeine in it. I think what I want to do is do some photo tinting on this. Like the Victorians did in the, let me move it up a little. The Victorians did in the 1800s. They didn't have color photography, so those ladies got out their own colors. Let's put my pliers away. Get my chat to where I can. I'm reading the chat off my phone again. Wasn't that fun, Mina? That was fun. Thinking of Outlander, they travel in months from South Carolina to New York. I sure did get my money's worth. Let's see, Linda, did you answer me on that? Did you look at the quality? Oh, yeah. See, it only goes to 750. So I'm thinking, and mine was real fuzzy, and I think yours was set at 750, or might have been. I'm not sure. But my camera is set at 10. I can knock it back to 750. I can knock that back. And I think maybe that's one might be, I'm asking as much as saying why my pictures are kind of fuzzy on that hangout. Because it was clear on my screen, but the replay really wasn't too cool. Looked out the window, Sherry Lynn says, my neighbor's yard is a swimming pool. Oh, no. If you're not on tomorrow, you drowned. I hope not, Sherry Lynn. You guys are getting a lot of rain. Let's see. I think I'm only going to work on one side right now. And I'm going to photo tint. I'm going to give these ladies some colorful outfits here. And what I like to do, and when I did this in my standalone video yesterday, I was saying that I've had these Inktense set. Now, Linda McAllister took her Inktense set and broke them down into watercolor pans. And I think that was such a cool thing to do. But I got this a couple years ago. I've already had this a couple years because I'm still using. Oh, do I have them over here? Do I have them here? I don't have them right available. I've got a pan of 12 that I got about 6 years ago. And I'm still using out of that pan of 12 as watercolor. So these are a set of 72. They're a little bit more expensive. I've always wanted a set of 72. And a couple years ago, I got it as a birthday present from me to me. So I've had this for a while. And I'm just going to take a brush here. I've washed out my brushes. I'm hard on them, but I did the brush thing. And I'm just going to gently, maybe I'll make her a light blue. I'm going to call this photo tinting. And I just want to, and you don't need much. You don't need much. That all came off of one stroke on the, and do I need to, I don't think it's showing as blue for you. Let me go in one more notch. Let's see what happens if I go. I might, there. You can still see, you can't see as much of the, oh, my phone dinged. I'm not sure why that dinged. I don't have notifications set on, so I'm not sure what was going on there. And they're talking about the rain and Sherry Lynn's. Then you can slide to the shop, Sherry. A skating rink. Sherry says, I for sure would break a bone. Let's see if I can't put this in shadow a little and let that collar kind of darken this underneath here. See what you guys are seeing. I'm not sure you are seeing what I'm seeing. I don't want to put so much blue on here, but I want it to show up. And I'm just kind of tinting the photos, just as if you would some of those found relatives cards that Tim Holtz has. And let's see. Let's get into the pinks here. I guess this is probably my lightest. Let's do a pink dress. I'm not sure that you guys are seeing. Let's go one more notch. Yeah, now you can kind of see the blue. I see the color fairly good here, but I'm not sure that it's coming across on the video. But I'm going to put a pink dress behind her. And I think this is fun. And, you know, as you look at books, what I was saying in my video yesterday, as you go to the Goodwill store or your library sale and you see a book that has nothing but black and white photographs in it, you're going, well, I wanted big, beautiful colors. Think about photo tinting them. If they're interesting photos, but they're all in black and white, and for your art journaling, and even not just even only photo tinting them, think about bringing them home and painting them out and altering the black and white photos in an art journal. I think you might be seeing me do more of that because you don't always find these big, beautiful, colorful books at the, even at, I lucked out on finding these, I think. I think I kind of lucked out. But how fun that now, and this was something that the Victorians would do. They would photo tint with probably with chalk. I'm not really sure exactly what they would use. I'm using Inktense because when it dries, it's permanent. Inktense blocks, yes. Randy says, okay. Let's see. Let's get a little yellow in there just because I want some. Shall we Shall we make a yellow blouse just because I want some color? Just because I want some color. She probably didn't. Oh, she might have had a cream colored blouse. But we're going to make it yellow just to make it a colorful photo because we got all this black and white. And let's add a little deeper, maybe an orange down in here, an orangey yellow. This is kind of fun to do too, I have to say. Now, I think I might add a little blue, maybe a little darker blue down here on his suit. I'm not sure that you can, and this is kind of glossy, so I'm seeing it bead up on his suit coat here, but I might have to do a light blue just to make it show up. It's not really showing up too much on this black. May need a metallic. Let's see if I can add a little white in there, if that will help. I don't think so. Oh, we'll just leave that. It shows up best on the white. Let's grab some green for all this foliage in here. And I think I'll grab a light green and just kind of put some. We don't want green flowers, but we have to have some green foliage. And I'm just kind of tinting. I'm not intending this to be, it's just more of a tint. What colors? Got this color. This, what color these are? Well, probably some red daisies and maroons and yellows. Yellow daisies in here. Just fun to do. And it doesn't take much. It really doesn't take much. Now, even though my flowers aren't green, I'm going to put green in there because I want some foliage. Probably down in here. And that looks like part of her dress. She's still on this page. Yeah, she's still on that page. How fun this is. How fun this is to do. Let's see what color she's going to be back here. Not a very bright color. Let's go more for the maroony pink. Again. And of course you can leave some white. There were probably white in there. You don't have to color everything just because it's there. I think I still want to do her, and then I'll call it done. I'm not going to mess with their faces on here because this paper has a certain gloss on it. It's not a glossy paper, but it's a photographic paper, and it does, the water does bead just a little. Maybe I'll make these flowers back here yellow. And add some pinks. How fun. Now let's do her. Let's do her. Let's do her in a light blue too. Let's do her in a light blue. kind of sitting in there. And probably the more I do of this, the better I'll get. Right now, I'm just kind of putting color, areas of color there. I think you would want to come in, maybe make shadows to give it a little bit more definition on some of these, like make some of these a little darker in here, maybe like that, like that. But I'm going to leave it like that. I want to color those flowers yellow. And I imagine you could do this same thing with colored pencil. Those of you who love to color, get out your colored pencils. I'm going to leave that. No, I think I'm going to make that base. Could leave it white, but no, I'm going to color it. Make it a darker. There. I say there and then I keep going. I don't have the pink that I want. I don't have the pinks that I'm looking for. My pinks are more of a flat color, more of a clay. There. I think I'll leave that. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing the same color that I am there. I think you might see it a little better. I'm not sure about that base. I'm going to leave it though. Where am I going here? There. But see, now I'm wanting to define this blouse a little bit more with the darker blues and darker yellows, but I'm going to leave it like this. Just photo tinting it is all I'm doing, just playing with it. And probably the more I do of this, the better I'll get. How fun that was. I'm going to leave this out. I might fussy cut this. I'm still deciding. So that's something that I'm going to be playing with. I just kind of ran across that yesterday. I mean, I knew you could do it, but I never really did anything like that. There's one thing I want to do before I sign off this morning. And I think that I got enough here. Paper here. One more thing that I want to do. And let me reach for it. It's over here. It's out. I just need to get up and go get it. I want to, ouch, stepped on something. I want to work on my postcards. And let me show you what I'm thinking. Let me show you what I'm thinking. I got some of this on sale. I think I got this at, well, I'm not sure if I got it on sale or not. It's $5.99. It's $6. I always say I got it on sale because I usually don't buy stuff unless it's on sale. But this is some tissue paper, Tim Holtz tissue paper. And I've never really worked with this before. But I am thinking on these, I think I'm going to cut my postcards first and then collage some of these images. I think as I collage down on here that it will, you know, it will blend in and bring out the background. Let's try. I want to cut these at 4 by 6. And I think I want to make them 4 this way, 4 inches this way. I can get 4, 8, 12. And then I have 3 inches left. So I can get 3 and 6. Well, yeah. I had that figured out. Let me go back to my... I'll grab my journal here. I drew me a little map. I drew me a little map on one of my, because I was having trouble thinking of the, yeah. Oh yeah, I can get 4 out of there, but let's see, 4 and 4 is 8. Yeah, and then I'll have 3 left over. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So let me get my paper trimmer. Hold the phone. Let me grab my paper trimmer here. So I want to cut. Let's cut this one first because it's probably not as. I want to cut 2 4s. So let's cut. And it's locked. No, it's not. I always put it this way. Now let me zoom out a little here. Mary's talking to herself while she does this. Sorry about that. Let me zoom out. One more notch there. Okay. So I think I want to cut 3 inches off of this. Make it 9. 6, 4, 8. That may be wrong. Come on. Why isn't this? There. There we go. I just think that's an internet thing. Lisa buffered the other night. I don't think there's too much I can do about that. What I did is I have an 11 by 15 inch piece of paper, and I cut 3 inches off of this. So I'm going to cut this into 6 inches. And I'm going to cut 3 off of here, and I'm going to have 6 by 4. So I need to cut 3 inches off here. I'm doing this before I collage down. I want to cut at 3. Here, that's not quite up there. Come on, there. Make sure I'm straight here because I got collagey papers on here. There. And then I want to cut this at 6 inches. Oh, that's hard to see. Let's cut this at 6 inches. These are postcards. I'm going to send out some postcards. I'll keep one for me, and I'll scan them so that Linda can go grab what she wants. Well, let's get them done first. Okay, and then I want this at 4 inches. Let's do it over here. This 4 inches. 4 by 6. These will be postcards. Come this way. 4 by 6. All right, now I know what I'm doing. So let's go do the other one. Let's get this out of my way. What did I do with my other one?
Here it is. This is how I work. I have to set it aside so that I have to set it aside so that I have room to work, and then I still know where I set it aside at. Do you ever do that? Shall I get rid of my internet? Well, I'll get rid of my phone. Let's turn my phone off. I'll watch my chat over on my computer. Let's turn off my internet here. All right. There we go. Phone's off. I'll have to watch chat over here. All righty. So I'm going to go cut these. First thing I do is cut 3 inches for 3x3s. I might send some of those out too. Just call them art cards. 3x3s is a legitimate size for art cards. So you can see this got a little messy on the back. Maybe I'll cut my 3 inches off here and get rid of most of the messy. So we want to cut off 3 inches. Yeah. 3 inches here. So I got this collage paper on it. 3 inches. Three inches there, and I'll still have a little messy on there, but most of it will be gone. And 3 inches here. There we go. And then I want to cut these down into 6 inches. Sherry Lynn saved me on this. Sherry Lynn saved me on this. I tore a little there, but I'm going to collage on it, so I think it'll be okay. So I want to cut this at 6 inches. Maybe I'll cut it on the back side. It'd be easier. Cut this at 6. I'll have to do more of these. I did these backgrounds in the hangout that Linda and I did. It's not the phone. Yeah, I think it's the internet, because I do think the phone was taking some bandwidth, though. You know, everything that you're on the internet is going to take bandwidth. So, but I had to have that phone on earlier because I wasn't seeing anybody at all for about 10 minutes when I came on live. I think YouTube is messing with stuff. I think they're messing with stuff with the notification system, because they're going to make the content creators post their own notifications to Twitter and Google and all of that when they post their videos. So it'll be my responsibility to post when I go live, and I'll probably post it on my community and on maybe Twitter, and it goes out to Twitter anyway. I don't know if I'll post a live session on Instagram or not, though. Probably Twitter and my community tab will be where you'll be seeing stuff. Now, I need to trim off the excess here, but I'll do that later. What I want to do is experiment on one of these and one of these with this Tim Holtz collage paper. And I'll be making some 3x3s out of this. Let's just collage some down. Let me get out my... And I'm going to use the nicer matte medium. Let me pull it out here. I usually, when I'm doing my own artwork, I just use glue. But these I want to go out. So I'm using Liquitex matte medium here. Let me get a collage brush out. And let's just pull a... Let's pull an entire piece out here. Let's get that little birdie on there. Let's tear it right about, or cut it maybe. I don't know what I did with my little scissors. I'll use these. I've never worked with this tissue paper. I might get more of it. I do like it. I like the feel of it. So I am going to collage this down on here. And I'm going to make some 3x3 cards. And then if I like the look of it, I'm going to put it on my postcards. If enough of this background shows through. We'll see. Why don't I actually do this? Do them both at once. And I can actually turn this way because I haven't torn all the edges off here yet. Hold the phone. Let's turn this over and just kind of, because this is just art card that I'm making. This is not going out. Well, it might go out, but I'll remove the masking tape. I want to kind of tape these together to hold them together while I'm collaging. I'll just do it 3 times. I can't use too much of this roll of masking tape because this is what I use for my snow globes. If it gets too skinny, my snow globe will get smaller. I'm going to have to get me out another roll of masking tape. Now I want to collage this down here. I want these birds to all be on here. This bird will be kind of cut off. His head will be chopped off. I guess I will do it like this. I don't want to chop my bird's head off. Behead the bird. All right, let's put some Liquitex down. There's plenty on it. I want to see how this tissue paper blends in. And I think I'm going to like it. Doing it in one big piece like this probably is not the best idea, but this is just experimenting anyway. And I'll be doing my postcards one at a time. Yeah, I think I'm going to like that. Let's go do the rest of it here. All right, let me look at chat a minute. I got a feeling that phone takes a lot of your internet connection. Sherilyn says, I think it's YouTube. Linda says she's constantly losing her stuff because that's what Meri does. Beth says it's not the phone, little hiccup. They all look great. My autoplay is on the video at 480p, Meri. Oh, wow. Maybe I'll set mine, but when you stream, Linda, when you stream, what is your camera setting set at? Do you have your camera settings at you have it 480? What is, don't you set your camera setting when you stream? Because I think my camera setting itself is set at 1080. And so that when I stream, I'm streaming at 1080p. That's what my camera setting is at. I'm pretty sure. And I think when you play back, you can play back at like 750 or 480 or 360, whatever. Where that bird just barely got on there. He's not quite on there. That's all right. I think that I'm liking this. I think I'm going to do my postcards this way. These are going to be 3x3 cards. And just, well, I guess enough of that blue is showing up in the background there. Let's do a couple postcards and see how they turn out. If you stream with OBS, it's 1080. Well, I can't figure out why your stream was so nice and clear and mine was fuzzy. Because I'm pretty sure that I was streaming at 1080. Because my camera setting is set at 1080. And when I did those standalones yesterday with my live stream, that wasn't a hangout, it was a live stream, but it streamed at 1080. So I'm trying to figure out why I'm so fuzzy on the replay on the hangout. If the stream with Google Hangout, it's 750 max. Yeah, I think I need to, if you stream with OBS, it's 1080. That's a combination of video card, internet connection, and computer. Well, I think I need, when I do a Hangout with you, I think I need to set my camera setting down to 780. And I think I remember setting that, specifically setting that. I'm going to cut these into 3x3s. I'm going to set them aside right now. Let's do a couple postcards. That's a little messy there. I don't want to put my postcards on messy. There. You have a high-end computer and a lot of memory on my video card. Well, it might be my video card, but when I do my live streams, it comes out pretty nice at 1080. But boy, when I did that hangout with you, it was really fuzzy. And I'm not sure what I was doing wrong. I can't get both of these birds on. Well, he's just going to be, I don't know why they do that. When they're printing this stuff, they need to work out their spacing. At least, like if we're doing a 6x6, I'm cutting off the birds here. You have to put them right in there. I could get all of these on there, but then I lose all this. So I think I'm going to fit him right in there. Fit him right in here. I really do like this tissue paper. I think I'll get more of it. This is Tim Holtz. Tim Holtz Ideology Collage Paper. And I've never worked with this before. I got it at Hobby Lobby. So I do like it. So I may get more of it. I'm going to do my postcards. That I can't do a lot on these postcards, sending out postcards, because I'm sending them through the mail. So you don't want to put a lot of dimensional art on postcards, Meri. I have to keep my hands off of the dimensional. Let's see if I can get both of these birds on here.
Yeah, I do things the hard way. I do things the hard way. You see, that little bird's not entirely on there, but I can't do anything about that. He's just peeking off. He barely got on there. You need to be sure that you have the corners collaged down. Good. There. Yeah, I think I can send out that postcard and be happy with it. Let's trim him off. Now I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll cut off this tissue paper and make sure that my edges are, make sure my edges are collaged down. I might write something across there. I might just leave it like that. Let's tear. I put this one at the side to dry. And let's do another one. I'm going to do a green one. I won't do all of them here because it's getting later. What time is it? It's 7:15. I'll do one more, and I think that'll be my last thing. This one, I think I can get most of my birdies on here. I'm going to cut it first. Sorry, I have to cut this little bird off. Yeah. I think I like this project collage paper from Tim Holtz. He was selling those larger rows, and I always liked that, but this is more of a, this seems thinner to me. I'm liking this. I'll have to look for more of it. Okay, this I'm going to put right in here. Right in there. Maybe I can save that little birdie. And I pull this one right there. Now, I wouldn't say that green shows, that's a very faint green, but enough of it shows through to give it a nice background. I think I'm happy with this. I could have probably used a darker green on there, but I wasn't sure where I was going with it. So I'm going to call it happy. I'm going to call it happy. And I'm going to do all 8 of these this morning. I want to mail them out. I may not get, I got to do a mail run today, but I may not get these mailed out because I want them to dry nice. And I'm going to stamp on the back of them. So I may not get these mailed out till Saturday. There. All righty. Grab a towel here. Oh, my towels fall off too. Honestly. You should see my room. You should see my room. It's a mess. It was clean this morning when I started. I want to wipe off my bottle of. So I'm going to finish all of these. I'm going to send out 2 to Beetle Chick because she sent me 2. And I'll just send out some postcards at random. So I'm ready to, let's put my postcards here. Let's see, what else did I do today? I found cow fussy cuts and stuff for Lisa. I opened Happy Mail. Let's see, I did this postcard. I opened Happy Mail from Dede and Aunt Beck. Where's my Shakespeare? I put them in here someplace. Thank you to Dede for history on my February journal on the cover. I pulled fussy cuts and did some photo tinting here. So that's everything I did today in the stream. How fun this was. I got off to a slow start. I'm not sure I'm blaming YouTube for the slow start. Too late, Becky. Hi, Becky. Did you just come in back? I had to leave Becky's stream early last night. I was getting tired. After I put Sharon in timeout, I felt so bad. I thought, oh, I'm fat fingering everything before I block everybody on Becky's channel. I better leave. Yeah, Aunt Beck, I think, did I hear you say that Scott sleeps early in the morning? You may not be able to do because when Linda and I did that hangout, it was 5 o'clock my time, 6 o'clock your time. Make your lid according to the measurements in the description box of last night's video. Yeah, I'm going to go in and do your box in a standalone video. So I think we got to find a good time for Aunt Beck when we're not disturbing Scott for our hangout. And we have to figure out what we're going to do, if we're just going to work on art projects or if we're going to do a project or something like that. Sherry Lynn, are you going to try to do the box today? You messed up the lid in the video. Okay. So you got to follow the measurements. If you're doing Aunt Beck's box from last night, you need to follow the measurements in her description box rather than what she was saying in the video. She put the correct measurements in the description box. So I think I'm ready to say good morning to you all. It's kind of hard to me follow the chat on the computer. I think I do better with the phone. If I could pop this out on the stream, it sent the conniption fits. I mean, it just went into a blinking mode. Still buffering, so it's not the phone. Yeah, I think it's the internet. We had trouble with buffering in, I don't think we had out. We just had to wait it out. Everybody was buffering. So the only thing you can do is just wait it out. So thank you, everybody, for coming. But after I got started, and then, then it took off a little. So, okay. I'll see you tomorrow night at 7:30 Central Time. And then, of course, this weekend, Tanya will be on. And Lisa will be Monday night. And then again, Aunt Beck next week. Goodbye, everybody. Take care of yourselves. If you're still fighting snow back east or cold weather, if you have to get out and work, what, today's Thursday, you only got one more day. Have a nice day at work and the weekend's coming. Do some art. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. I'm going to end it now. Let's see, how do I end it? Oh, end stream. All right, bye.